A successful, wealthy leader with a happy family and popular among friends. Do you imagine yourself or someone else with these words? Do you guess your former classmates in their place, quiet and excellent students, or fidgets and fighters? Hey, you're watching Wisey, a channel about anything and everything. Today we'll consider the traits of bad and good people alternately, comparing their distinctive features. Watch till the end to discover why it's not good to be a good person, what distinguishes a bad person, and what traits are extremely useful in life. Subscribe to not miss out on more helpful information. Let's start from trait number 1, high self-awareness and self-efficacy. Have you ever noticed that there are more typical bad people among leaders and bosses? A characteristic feature that unites them is self-consciousness, a reflection of a good understanding of oneself, one's weaknesses, and personality strengths. They're also surprisingly self-effective. That is, they can adequately assess their abilities and strengths to complete tasks. They are more individualistic, which allows them to be interactable and defend their opinion without trying to adapt to someone else's. Trait number 2, helpfulness and accommodating. In contrast to the somewhat selfish pursuit of solely their interests, good people try to be nice to everyone. It is manifested in consciousness and attempts to please the opponent instead of lobbying for their benefit. Such people are more likely to make unfavorable compromises to them to leave a good impression of themselves or stay on good terms. But who then will take care of their interests? The question is rhetorical. Trait number 3, less sensitive to risks. Of course, not all bad people are so risky, but still, they're not so afraid of risk. Their perception of risk is usually below average, so it doesn't significantly impact them. For example, in a risky or uncertain situation, they may react more calmly and are better able to analyze it without panicking. This feature helps in business and is useful in everyday routine. Let's go to trait number 4, act by the rules. Good guys most constantly confirm their goodness with their actions. They act according to the rules so as to not go beyond the limits created by society. These individuals try to comply with the invisible norms of morality, etiquette, integrity, courtesy, and other standards. The world seems to be clearly divided into black and white, and they only need to be on the white side. When an ambiguous situation arises, choosing the right side becomes too difficult. Let's reveal our quiz. Continue the fact with the correct answer. If a person gains power, it reduces A, their concern for others, B, their fear of the unknown, C, their ability to think critically, or D, their reaction rate. The correct one is A. Research has shown that people who are in power are worse at judging the feelings of others. It's shown quite interestingly in the absence of facial expressions, which indicates a loss of empathy. Going back to the list, trait number 5, manipulation. These bad people, like Machiavellians, who use cunning to control others, are good manipulators. They tend to use anti-competitive alliance formation, reasoning, and charm to convince others or get them to do things. Such persons are less likely to doubt the use of deceit or questionable tactics and are less likely to express pangs of conscience. This action makes it easier for them to achieve their goals. Trait number 6, idealization. Good people often live with the feeling that there is some ideal version of themselves that they cannot achieve. Why is it so unattainable? Because all of humanity is prone to make mistakes, and this is normal. It is also impossible to go through life without accidentally offending anyone. For people who label themselves as good, this is unacceptable, and then it leads to a sense of otherness, fears of non-fulfillment of desire, self-blame, self-flagellation, and guilt. So is it good to be good? Let's check Wisey's fact of the day. Did you know about the psychological compensation effect? With this effect, people tend to assume that they have accumulated a certain amount of moral capital to have the right to misbehave. That is, they use their good deeds to balance bad behavior. Although good things can't justify bad ones, can they? Let's go back to our list. Trait number 7. Interactability. Bad people seem rather selfish because of their interactability. However, healthy egoism is not superfluous. But this quality helps them achieve what they want, be more successful in negotiations at work, and be more popular among friends. Such people defend their interests and can stand up for themselves. And their list of priorities in the first place are themselves, and only then the common good and other people around. Perhaps it's worth looking at this feature from the other side. Trait number 8. Conflicting desires and demands. Imagine a situation: a good person living their conventions has a desire that can be fulfilled only by going beyond. Then they will be torn apart by dissonance, as they either have to suppress desires and feel unhappy, or fulfill them and feel guilty, breaking any rules. Interestingly, most of the prohibitions good people set for themselves personally, and then they suffer from it. Attractiveness. Everyone wants to be the bad guy. Do you remember at least one movie where everyone looked up to the quietest, the shy, and kind guy in school, wanting to be like him? Bad guys have always been the magic of a mysterious attraction that makes them the envy of others. Often they have good self-esteem, and it helps to not only feel charming, but also to be so. And the last one, trait number 10, sacrifice. Sometimes kind people sacrifice a lot for others, even though this sacrifice is not always asked or expected of them. This mindset also allows them to settle for less, be happy with what they have, and not want to leave their comfort zone. Specifically, sacrifice is manifested in the willingness to give one's good, to sacrifice oneself for saving someone. Interestingly, bad people often use this trait of good ones to get even more benefits for themselves and better arrange their lives. Of course, helping your friend is needed and essential, just like empathy for the people around you. But first, you need to take care of yourself, then about others, and help to the best of your ability. In conclusion, bad people have high self-efficacy, are less sensitive to risks, and can manipulate, sometimes interactable but attractive. Good people are often accommodating, follow the rules, strive for an unattainable ideal image, have conflicting desires with demands, and are sacrificial. So being good to everyone isn't always the best option. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned and find out more about anything and everything. Thanks for watching. Bye.